Hello friends, today we have got 12 words, 6 pairs. Begin with we have got affect, affect. Affect means to touch. To touch you means you are influenced. For example, somebody insults you, you are affected by that, isn't it? A negative influence on you. Extreme cold will affect you, and some days it may cause even illness, affect. Extreme heat will affect us. You know, this sunstroke and so on. That is the effect then. Once it affects you, you will have an effect. The next one, you get a result of that, a consequence of that, a result of that, a consequence of that. See, the effect of smoking is collapse of your lungs. Effect of smoking. Effect of doing good deeds. Effect of doing good deeds, you will go to heaven. If you do good deeds, you will go to heaven. That is the effect. The other is affect, and this is effect. Again, you can see effect of doing exercise every day will keep you. You can keep yourself healthy. That is affect and effect. Next is apprehend and comprehend. Apprehend means to catch. The forces failed to catch the terrorists. I mean, apprehend the terrorists. Catch the terrorists, apprehend the terrorists. Apprehend also means grasping or understanding. I could apprehend almost all what he had said. It's a catch. That also it is catch. Comprehend means, of course, understand everything. We could comprehend all the points in this presentation made by the person who gave the keynote address. Or we could comprehend everything that was presented in the keynote address. T.S. Eliot's poem, The Wasteland. When the teacher read it aloud, we could comprehend all the main points. Means we could understand all the main points. I don't know whether it is possible. By reading the poem, you can comprehend it or not. That's up to you. Third is accept and accept. Accept means you receive. I accept all good words as well as bad words spoken about me. I accept. I don't reject. Opposite is reject. Accept means exclude. Except the man who suffers, all the other can console themselves. Isn't it? The sufferer. In a very more beautiful language, Shakespeare has said, everyone masters grief, but that has it. That but has the meaning of except. Everyone masters grief except the person who has it, the person who suffers it. That is exclude. Artificial and artful. Artificial means the artificial maneuver. Factum force is an artificial maneuver. FSCT produces artificial maneuvers. Artful means very cunning. Shaguni, very famous. He was very artful in his talk as well as in his deeds. Artful. Artful person. Serpent is very artful, we can say. It's very cunning. You remember how the serpent tempted Eve, and Eve tempted Adam, and things like that. It's a story, of course. So artful. You have to be very careful about artful people. They will pretend that they are very good, very nice and so on. These sales people, they are very artful in the positive way. In the positive way, they are very artful. That means they are very, brainy people who can trap you. Trap you also in the positive sense. Artist and artisan. Artist, all the actors are artists, you can say. Then the painters are artists, singers are artists, they are artists. Artisan means one who does a skillful craftsman. That is. For example, goldsmith is an artisan, blacksmith is an artisan, then the brickmaker is an artisan, potters are artisans, potters. Listen, that is artisan. Accede and exceed. Accede means agree to. I accede to all the demands made by my enemy. Okay. I accede to become friends again. Accede means to accept. Accede. You have to accede to all the conditions laid down by the LIC. If you want to join if you want to take an LIC policy, accede to means agree to. Exceed means greater than or more than. See, my expenditure exceeds my income. I get only 8 rupees, but I spend 10 rupees. That is more than or greater than. The popularity of Mahatma Gandhi exceeds means greater than, exceeds than all the other people's. Greater than all the other people's popularity, we can say. So now you can go through our examples, but remember, it's only guide, you have to make your own sentences. Right, here we are. Othello's grief affected my heart. At the end of the play, Othello, his grieving, crying, it will affect anybody's heart. The retreat had great effects on me. Retreat. You know, people go sometimes 5 days, 6 days, they sit in a place and listen to wise men talking and religious men talking, and that will have effect. It will have effect on your behavior. The police apprehended the thief. Try to comprehend what I said. Try to understand what I said. Sherlock refused to accept Portia's arguments. Everyone can be consoled except the man who suffers. That is what I say. Everybody says, it's okay. After all, this is way of life. If you are born, you will have to die. Such kind of things they will say. But the man actually who suffers, nobody can console him. And the fourth one, factum first is an artificial manure. Cow dung is a natural manure. And Shakuni was very artful in his behavior and in his dealings also. Shakuni, the character in Mahabharata. Fifth one, actors are artists. It's simple. A goldsmith is an artisan who uses gold to make jewelry. It's called an artisan. Artist and artisan. Artisan means skilled craftsmen, makers. And the sixth one, we have to accede to the conditions of an LIC policy. LIC policy, if you have taken a LIC policy, you will sign. If the PTO of the main, please turn over is an overleaf of the facing sheet. You will have hundreds of conditions. You have to accede to all. You don't read, you can't read. You just sign okay and then give back. Only then you will be able to take an LIC policy. Listen. Then you have got the last one. Shakespeare's fame exceeded even his own expectations. Shakespeare might not have expected anything when he wrote. But now his fame exceeded even his own expectation. Hope that you are following and nice, you are taking interest in this vocabulary study. Hope that it will also stand you in good stead, not only for your IELTS, but also for many other purposes. So see you again till we meet again. Bye.